Hey, you've reached howtoplayanySong.com. My name is Joe with the Rock and Roll Conservatory, and in this video series, we're going to talk about the stripped down basics of guitar. It's kind of meant for the guitar player who just got their guitar. They don't know what all this stuff is. They don't know the names of their strings. And speaking of which, I've gotten a lot of email from people who, when I talk about in the rest of the guitar videos what strings I'm on, they don't know what I'm talking about. You have to understand the names of your strings, people. So we're going to go over that in this video series, and we're just going to cover a lot of the basics, a few chords, a few exercises, and just some stuff to get your feet wet, so to speak, on what this instrument is. Let's get started. All right. So you just got your guitar, or maybe it's been sitting in your closet for a while and it's been dusty and you just picked it up and you need to know what the heck you're looking at, what we got here. That's what this video is. This is guitar anatomy. We're going to talk about all the stuff that your guitar is. We're going to start over here at the headstock. Your headstock holds most of the tuning mechanism stuff. You have your tuners here, and on some guitars, you'll have your tuners across in a line of 6 over here or maybe down here. On Gibsons, unlike mine, you'll have your tuners 3 per side. And you also find your tuning pegs here. They hold the string in place. And down past your headstock, you have your nut. Your nut's important, but we're going to come back to that in just a second. We're going to move on to the neck of your guitar. Your neck is where all the action happens with your left hand, right? This is where you'll find your frets. They're the railroad track type things that go down your neck. Also, the thing about frets is that when we talk about fretting a note, a lot of people, especially beginners, they'll make the mistake of putting their finger on the actual fret here. What we actually do, if I say second fret, 1, 2, I'm actually telling guitar players to put it behind the fret. When we talk about where we actually place our fingers, we're actually putting it behind the fret a little bit. The place you want to put your finger when you're fretting a note is either exactly halfway between or higher in this area here. Not so much lower. You want to stay away from that area because your strings can buzz and not sound good. Moving down past the neck, we find the body of your guitar. This is where all the cool stuff is. If you have an electric guitar, you have your pickups, you have your switches, and your knobs, and your pick guard, and your jack, and other things that they'll just throw on a guitar depending on what guitar you have. If you have an acoustic guitar, it's actually quite simple. All you have is a sound hole where all the sound projects out. Now, I mentioned before we're going to come back to the nut. I don't want to talk about the nut without talking about our bridge. Now, I have a 2-piece bridge. I have a bridge here and a bridge settle here. A lot of guitars have that all in one piece. So you have your bridge settle, which holds the strings, and your nut, which holds the strings. All the vibration of the string happens between the nut and the bridge saddle. Now, if you have an electric guitar, you probably have pickups. You have a pickup selector switch. You have tone and volume knobs, or maybe just one of each, or maybe just one total. You're going to have to experiment with your guitar to figure that out. If you have an acoustic guitar, all you'll find is that sound hole where all the sound comes out. The next thing you want to know is how our hands work when we're approaching the guitar. Now, I'll start with the easy one, and that's your strumming hand. Now, if you're left-handed, that's your left hand. And if you're right-handed, that's your right hand. I'm right-handed, so my right hand is my strumming hand. When I say down strum, I literally mean strum down towards the ground. And when I say up strum, I literally mean strum up towards the ceiling. And even if you're just picking one note, it's down, up, or down, up, if we're strumming more than one string. The left hand, or the fretting hand, is where it gets a little bit trickier. It's opposite. It's counterintuitive to what you'd think. And the reason is because of the notes that we're hitting. When we're talking about our fretting hand, we're talking about the notes we're playing. When we're talking about our strumming hand, we're literally talking about which direction our hand is moving. Case in point, if I want to move my hand up the neck, I would go this way, up towards the body. If I want to move my hand down the neck, I would move my hand down towards the headstock. And the reason that is because as I move up the headstock, the notes get higher. Low to high. So we're actually talking about the notes. Also, in the same way, when we're talking about moving our hand up a string, We're talking about up to a higher string. As you can see, my hand's actually moving down, but I'm talking about moving up to a higher string. So you hear this low E, and I'm going to move my hand up to a higher string. I mean to say a higher pitched string. So remember, your right hand is normal, down towards the ground, up towards the ceiling. But your left hand is kind of opposite, down towards the floor and up, wait a minute, strike that, reverse, up towards the floor and down towards the ceiling. Now, the last thing I want to talk about in this video is the names of your strings. If you've forgotten everything that I just said, remember the names of your strings. They're easy. It's E, A, D, G, B, E. From low to high. E, A, D, G, B, E. Now you'll notice the two outside strings, they're both E. We refer to one as low E, and the opposite one is high E. They're the same note, just 2 octaves apart. Now, we learn a lot of mnemonics when we're learning music. And the mnemonic we're going to learn for our string names is one a student taught me. And it goes like this. Eddie ate dynamite. Goodbye, Eddie. It's that easy. You just want to be able to repeat it a few times so that you don't forget it. And so write it down a couple times, repeat it a few times, but don't forget it. This is how it goes. Again, Eddie ate dynamite. Goodbye, Eddie. Do that a few times. And when you can do it actually backwards, from high to low, without thinking about it, then you've got it. Eddie, bye, good, dynamite, ate, Eddie. Then you don't have to even worry about it. But make sure you can remember it at a moment's notice. Cool? Thanks. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something, but I gotta let you know that there's higher quality video, more content, more stuff to learn and experience over at our actual website at howtoplayanysong.com. And when you get there, put in a request for a song that you want us to teach you. Take it easy.